My name is Melanie Huckman, and my honors project is on the baths of Caracalla. Pictured here is one view of these baths. The timeline began in 206 AD with Emperor Severus, who began the building of the baths, and it continued on into 212-216 with his son, Emperor Caracalla. And the whole structure kind of ended around 530 AD as far as use because of destruction from earthquakes and just use falling into disrepair. The background is this is located in Rome, a few kilometers south of the Colosseum. It's located on a seismic fault line, so they're very at risk for earthquakes, and they also suffer from higher humidity levels. And considering its baths, there's obviously a lot of water too, so that's a concern. The emperors were the constructors, and they ordered construction of the baths and used prisoners of war, tradesmen, and marble workers as the builders. It was also the largest public bath complex in ancient Rome at the time at 33 acres. Here you can see that the structure is kind of like a mall, has more rooms and recreation activities than just the baths. Emperor Caracalla obviously had a large influence on this. As the son of the first emperor, he did this to please the people and their approval, and he really wanted to unite Roman society by making a place for everybody to socialize together, and also passed the Edict of 212, which gave more rights to citizens, or who could become a citizen. For the construction process, they first had to level the earth and set foundation. For false work, they used formwork for concrete, shoring for height, and centering for arches. They also put in aqueducts and furnaces to help with water and heat flow. And for materials and transportation, they used marble, lime, tuff, basalt, and they use horse-drawn wagons or just manual labor to get materials there. In the post-industrial version, the funding would be different. They probably wouldn't get as much support from the government because the government doesn't have as much of a need to please the people. The pools and health would be looked at differently, as modern-day pools are heavily chemicalized, and honestly, just the nature of the baths themselves would probably have to be modified now. And for transportation, we have more access to cranes and semi-trucks, so it could go smoother or just be approached differently or built up higher. For the ventilation and illumination, at the time they used natural things like windows and exhaust vents to let out air and to let in light. The windows and skylights for natural light, oil lamps were artificial, and now they probably use more like AC and electronics like LEDs or sensors, and also consider the environment more. Failures were the Sabian baths and Pompeii. They suffered from earthquakes and structural degradation. The baths of Nero in 60 AD had a poor foundation from the start, and the baths of Trajan in 2nd century AD had water supply issues. So with all of this, they modified their plans to fit these needs that they foresaw. For influence now, the Pennsylvania Station in New York City and Senate of Canada building were influenced by this project, and these builders, Bramante and Palladio, used the baths of Caracalla as inspiration for their own structures. Thank you.